Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Rewind That. It's your girl, Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos and when I go live, like I am right now. And if you are watching during the replay later on down the line, then welcome. All right. Now, please excuse that motorcycle noise that just happened. That was very annoying to me. Hi, Daria. Hi, B. So, guys, notification gang is here. All right. Because with me, you do need to have your notification bell turned on because you never know when your girl is going to show up. I'm supposed to have 2 days out the week to go on for certain, which is Friday midnight. Well, technically, Saturday midnight and Sunday at 8:05 p.m. I missed both those days. And so sometimes if I didn't get a chance to come online to talk to you guys, there will be a spontaneous pop up. Okay. So you got to have that notification bell turned on. It's the only way to fit something like this into my schedule, to be honest. It has to be. If it's not going to go according to schedule, which is Friday night or Sunday, it's going to be a spontaneous thing. Okay. I almost said screw it, you guys just won't hear my thoughts about this episode. But here I am. See, spontaneous. Hey, Vincent and Cam and Michelle and LSW and Monica M. So, guys, yesterday I found out before getting ready to go to church that my uncle passed away. One of my mom's brothers. Very sad and tragic, unexpected situation. And so, yeah, I couldn't come on yesterday. And that's that, guys. So I don't want to dwell on that. I just want to, talk about this episode. Blazing Saddles, hey. All right. And just, trying to get my mind off a lot of different things. And we're just going to talk about it. Okay. So what I want to do is I'm not trying to be here for a full hour. I know sometimes I say that a lot. Okay. And we wind up being up in here for a full hour. That's not the plan though this time, guys, because I'm going to be kind of like all over the place and stuff. Hey, Naya. Thank you, LSW. Thank you, Naya. Virgin Love. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. So yeah, we're going to talk about this, guys. This is Power Book 2, the recap for Power Book 2, Season 3, Episode number 6, called The Land of Lies. All right. And man, oh man, what an episode. What a good episode. I just see so many things coming. I hope that a lot of freaking things that, I'm thinking are going to happen. Because sometimes I be a little bit annoyed when, some of my predictions don't hit. And not because it's my predictions. It's just because I be feeling misled sometimes. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Like certain things that happen on Snowfall. But that's another video, guys. All right. And I'm also thinking about giving you guys a little short video recap of my final thoughts of Snowfall as well. Some of my members already got my thoughts of the episode. So there you have that. Hey, One Shot Gaming, thank you. And thank you, Ghetto Vandros. Vandros. I wonder if you could sing. All right, guys. So here we go. We are entering to the aftermath of Lorenzo's deletion. And we have Monet just casually what is that? Identifying his body, like, yeah, that's him. And she said, yeah, that's him, as if she didn't care about this man at all, or as if she was pointing out a man that she despised and was saying, like, do y'all remember the movie? What is that movie? Bronx Tale, right? And remember how Kalojiro and the girl Jane was about to go out on a date, but she didn't show. She showed up late because, her brother just got beat up and all that by Kalojiro's friends. So when he was walking, she was like, my brother said this and that and the third. He got beat up and you was there, blah, blah, blah. So she was like, well, he's in the car. He came up. He was like, yeah, that's him. That's the way Monet said, yeah, that's him about freaking Lorenzo. I'm like, Dad, girl, you just cut your feelings off of this man after being with him all this time. You just totally cut your feelings off, huh? And he didn't even mean to delete your child. You act like he did it on purpose or something like that. And look, I don't really want to speak on that because, that's her child's and all of that. But I'm just saying he didn't do it on purpose. And the way she turned that hate on for him was like he did. Okay. So that's another thing, Cam. Yes. Why was the DEA at the view and they just throw these characters? Exactly. And it was another, and that was a part of one of my scratching my head moments too. Like, okay, first of all, what the heck are they doing there? Right. And they're showing the picture of Diana on the camera. That was another scratch in my head moment. First of all, Diana is caught putting the product into that little slot, in the building, the brick wall, and then you see the camera there. Since when were there cameras? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we always had cameras, but if they did always have cameras, why hasn't Tariq and their whole operation been shut the freak down this whole time? Maybe I'm forgetting something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Now there's cameras there. Maybe Jenny got some cameras there after what Lauren told her about the roof situation. That's probably what happened. But I don't think there was cameras there before. Okay. So that was a scratch in my head. Hey, pretty girl. That was a scratch in my head situation. And another thing, the scratch in my head was, where the heck did they go during the shootout at the funeral? Like, where were they? You did see, I think I saw Sax, I think. But I definitely saw Davis heading right back into the freaking building, like, heading right back into the church when they were shooting up. So that was my scratch in my head moment. Okay, where did Blanca and Jenny go? And my thing is, if you weren't gonna make an arrest and you just showing pictures and everything to amongst yourselves, why are you there? So it was actually very annoying to see their presence. I do kind of feel like they want to annoy us a little bit with these characters. That's just kind of how I feel. Hey, DeMarcus. I don't know if I said hi yet. All right. So let's move on, guys. What else did I have to say? Okay. So meanwhile, guys, Tariq is giving Effie the cold shoulder. Oh, yeah. Monet also calls around and lets all her children know what happened to Poppy. All right. So, meanwhile, Tariq is giving Effie the cold shoulder. Later on, he takes her to the site where Effie dumped Lauren's so-called deleted body, all right, or actually her undead body, should I say, into that river. Okay, child. He went off on her. I appreciate the fact that they did not drag this on. I appreciate, look, when a show doesn't drag something on, like secrets and lies and this and that, and look, it's already hit the fan. He found out last week what was up. Now, he found out last week as far as, Effie's alive. I'm sorry, not Effie. Lauren's alive. Now he's like, I need to talk to everybody right now. All of a sudden, he got hands. He put the beats on Brayden. All of a sudden, Tariq got hands. People gonna have something to say about the fact that now when he knuckle up and he could fight, it's against a white boy. I'm pretty sure people have those type of jokes, but don't act like white people can't fight either. Like, you do have some white people that can't fight, just like you got black people that can't fight. So stop it. Anyway, so yeah, all of a sudden he got hands, and then he goes and beats the crap out of freaking Brayden, and he wants the truth from Brayden. Brayden had to let him know. So I'm so glad that everything just kind of came full circle and they let things be known, child, because I am not here for the ride. Move the freaking story along. There's so much to tell, right? So much going on. You don't have to dwell on one thing. Okay, everything's going to come to a freaking head. All right, so he dumps Effie there because she did confess. Yes, because he said it. I already know that you erased Lauren. I know that. Okay? So I don't, all I want to do is hear you say it. So she's like, yes, I did it. I did it for you. I did it to protect you. You should have did it. You shouldn't have left her alive. Why is she different? All of this stuff. And I just wanted Tariq to say, because I love her. And that's just that, right? But instead he said, she's a civilian, which is the truth. She's a civilian. Like, well, how are you trying to count that against her? She's a civilian. She's not in the game. There's no such thing as snitching when it comes to them, right? We were going to disappear her. We had it under control. Oh, but she had family. How she was going to stay disappeared, blah, blah, blah. We already know, guys, that Effie got rid of Lauren for two reasons. Not just to protect Tariq, mostly to protect herself, because she was a part of that whole squad, that money-making squad. And then secondly, because she was glad to do it. She was jealous. Okay. So she's sitting there talking about oh, I didn't want to do it. You made me do it. But girl, you were glad to do it. Even the way you're talking about her right now, like what makes her so different? You're still jealous. You can hear it in her voice. What makes her so different? So those were the two reasons, in my opinion, why Effie got rid of Lauren: to protect herself and to get rid of her because she was jealous. Okay, get rid of that competition. She knew that Tariq was really feeling Lauren. Okay, yes, E. Envious, emotional Effie. Yes. All right. So we do find out though, guys. Because I think I'm kind of skipping ahead, but it's okay. Let me check that off. Oh, so then later on, guys, he goes and sleeps with Diana though. Like, what is happening here? Why is there never any, like, can we take a breather? Why doesn't Tariq ever take a breather when it comes to these three chicks? He bounces from one chick to another, and it's actually really annoying. I mean, it's just annoying to me. Like, you could have added a rando and I would have been totally fine. You know, I don't condone all of this, but still, why does it have to always be either or with these girls? The three. You got Effie and Lauren and freaking Diana, and that's all we have. Like, why does it have to always be just them three? It's so freaking annoying. And girl, I understand that Diana, she's mourning her dad and she was all drunk and everything and she wanted to, get her mind off and stuff, but I'm just like, sheesh, you just fine. You just broke up with your man and already you getting it in with Tariq and he spent the night. I'm just like, it's too much with these kids. It's very soap opera-y. It really is. Hold on, guys, because I freaking forgot to plug up my charger real quick. I apologize. Hold on, guys. One moment. Uno momento. I'm trying to see if I could give you guys the little that little 30-second time thing because I can't even find it. I don't even want y'all to wait, but just hold on, okay? Because I can't find it. Gosh, how annoying is this? All right, sorry guys. That was one thing that I forgot to do. I forgot to do that. My battery was actually already low, so I apologize for that. And I was trying to find that little countdown 30-second thing, so it's like no weird silence, but it's okay. All right. So what the heck was I saying? Okay, so yeah, they screwed around and all that. But before that, so let's jump back because, like I said, we're gonna be jumping all over the place, right? We get to find out why Effie is the way she is, right? During their little ride to the river, he confesses to Effie that he deleted his dad and all this stuff. And then he's like, so you have anything you want to tell me? So she's telling him about her life. So we find out why Effie always looks out for number one, why she always looks out for herself, because this is what she learned from her mom. Her mom looked out for herself. When she told her that her man was touching on, when Effie told her mother that her man was touching on her, she turns around and marries the dude. I'm like, wow, what a freaking terrible mother. And if we saw her face and knew her name and all that stuff, she would make the freaking list for the Mother's Day worst mothers in TV history, okay? But we don't know her name. We could just call her Effie's mom. But that's all we know about her, so we'll think about it. She might be a dishonorable mention since we don't know that much, all right? But anyway, guys, that's pretty much that. So we do kind of see a little more of what's going on with Effie and the hurt and pain, but it doesn't excuse anything to me, but hurt people. That's what they say, and it is true a lot of the times. Okay, so let's see where we at now. Okay, so guys, Drew is on one. Please forgive me, guys, for ever saying, and I already recanted. I already took this back because, like I told you last year or 2 years ago with the first season, I mentioned that I feel like he was more like Michael Corleone and Kane was more like Sonny. That's not the case anymore. All right. I feel like Drew has a lot of flawed ways, and he is nowhere near like Michael Corleone, because Michael Corleone has a lot of patience, and he's very strategic and very smart and a patient man. I always say this, a patient man. All right. Bye, Tracy Lee. Thank you for coming through. A patient man is very, very dangerous. Okay. Now, Drew is out here talking about some word on the block is it was the Russians. Like, are you for real? Word on the block? It was the Russians? Seriously? Okay. You're making a lot of sense. So, Monet says, no, we're not going to jump to conclusions. And I don't need that kind of heat with, the Russians. Like, are you freaking kidding me? I do not need the Russians coming after us. We do not need to go to war. No. Okay. Especially she already knows that it wasn't them, right? And she did want to say, is that what Gordo told you? Wonder why she asked that question. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if he would have been like, yeah, if she would have backed it, like to keep the lie going. You know what I'm saying? And to keep the stories lined up. I don't know. But anyway, it was interesting that she asked that. So, yeah, he wants to go after the Russians. He doesn't care what anybody says, so he decides to go after them, and he gets Gordo to help him, even though Gordo knows that he was the one that deleted Drew's father. Okay, he's going along with this. So they're not afraid to take innocent lives or whatever. And not to say that they are innocent. The Russians are not innocent people. They're in the game, whatever, but still, okay? They had nothing to do with that. So here's what I think Drew did that was very stupid. He goes and he deletes that guy. Well, we don't even know if he was deleted, because my thing is, how did the Russians know that it was the Tejadas? The only thing that made me feel like they knew is the fact that he said his name. He said, I'm a Tejada, basically. And like, I'm kind of paraphrasing. Somebody like me, a Tejada, whatever it was, he said his name. He stabbed the dude up, and he said his freaking name. Okay. Now, who knows if somebody else would have got there and that dude could have been holding on to life, and or before he took his last breath, he said Tejada. That's probably what freaking happened. I don't know. But my point is, I feel like that was a daggone mistake for saying something like that, mentioning the name. You didn't even make sure that the dude was dead before you left, and you stabbed him. It's not like you hit him in the head with the headshot, Anyway. What up, DeMarcus? Thank you for the super chat. He said Drew planned to take out the Russian connect. Is it Vadim? Started the war. If Kane would have taken out the Castillo brothers, Lorenzo would still be alive. Take out connect. Started the war. Yes, definitely started the war. If Kane would have taken out the Castillo brothers, Lorenzo would still be alive. I don't know if I'm following that for some reason. Because why would Lorenzo still be alive? Oh wait, you mean like before? You mean prior to that? Yeah. Okay, now I get it. I'm sorry. If you mean prior to all of this, right? Like even them, I think Kane wanted to take all of them out, right? And then Drew was like, well, they're like our cousins, this and that. He started naming all the G's, right? All the names. So yeah, I mean, he would probably still been alive. But then we would have Monet still, you know what I mean? Because she had a vendetta. She was not going to let this man go for, getting rid of her child. She wasn't going to do that. But yeah. Nay, hi, says the block was just bad, right? Oh my gosh. Remember Drew wrote a message. Oh, the woman's right. Yep. But I thought that he wrote his number. You know what I mean? And even if he did write the number, he didn't have to give his real number, and he didn't have to give his real name. So, but I do remember that. But you never know. Might be right. B says exactly. I was gonna say, when you get to the funeral part, how did the Russians know that it was them? Right. Yep. So yeah, like I told you, B, we all over the place. Jeremiah, hey. Kane is gonna blame Lorenzo's death on Tariq because he's gonna find out that Tariq was giving Monet information by telling the guap guy did not kill Z. That would be interesting, but we're gonna talk about that too. Okay, so let's see where we're at. Okay, so here what I want to talk about, guys. Monet's underestimation of Kane. I think that's gonna backfire on her. I think that it's gonna lead to her downfall. Okay, so let's see. Let's talk about this part. All right. So remember how when they were at the table, this is after Drew said what he said, and they were at the table. She hands him a file with Poppy's, life insurance policy and everything. She needs him to step up and take care of that. Once again, she's back to manipulating all her kids. She's got him thinking that he's going to step up and take Poppy's place. And then she talks to Drew, telling him to kind of stand down and all of this stuff because I want you to be, take the lead on all of this. And he's like, well, does Kane know that? And she says, just keep it between us for now. So she's playing with all her kids. And this is another reason why I feel like all this stuff is going to just blow up in her face. By the way, that scarf or whatever the heck that is around her neck is so fly. Okay. Anyway, so it's like a mink. Is it mink or something? I don't know what it is, but it's very nice. Okay. So now she's telling him, yeah, don't be trying to put 2 and 2 together because your dumb A always end up with 5 and all of this. And I'm just like, why does she have to treat him like this? I hated the way she treated him since season 1. And even when she told him that she will kill him herself or put him down herself if he doesn't leave town after Drew got shot and everything like that. I just was like, really? Like, why are you talking to your child like this? I really cannot stand how she deals with these kids. And I don't understand why she dealt with Zeke in such like a way different, guys. She was way softer with Zeke. Yeah, maybe she felt like he was soft and all of this. And she raised the Tejada kids in a harder way or whatever. I don't know, but a mother is a mother. So I don't really care about that. Whatever. I just don't like when she talks to this kid. And I feel like it's going to come back on him. I'm sorry, on her. All right. Now, what I do. No, you know what? I'm not going to say that yet. We're going to come back to that. Okay. Going to come back to it. All right. So I'm super annoyed, guys, that Sax let Jenny still convince him to work with her. Okay. And she did it by blackmailing him and saying something about, oh, well, I'm going to let it be known that you brought a gun to truth. I'm sorry, to truth. I said truth. And he let that go. And I'm like, are you serious? Are you letting that happen that easy? That makes literally no sense to me that you're letting this happen that easy. You have proof that she's lying and has been lying for months and keeping a girl who you claim is dead. She's keeping her away from her family and all of this and telling lies and holding her against pretty much her will because it's illegal, right? Or what she's doing. Everything about the situation is illegal. And you mean to tell me, Sax, that you let that go? You fell for that? Oh my gosh, I'm so tired of this whole situation. I thought that we were finally going to be, we were getting somewhere with Sax, getting rid of Jenny. And trying to move over to Davis's side and all of this, but no, he's roped right the freak back in with this stupid lady, all right? And I just cannot believe that he fell for this. It's so dumb to me. Yes, what's up, young boy? Sax is whipped. It's ridiculous. And he's whipped for what, though? Because it's not like she offered him any cake, any cookies, anything. Oh, my gosh. This is insane. Oh, gosh. Okay. So let me see. Nay says Sax almost committed. We're going to say deletion. Jenny didn't almost kidnap. She actually did. Right. She actually freaking did it. And Sax was trying to find out, like, what's up with this whole story? Like, how were you able to get them to say this and that on the news and blah? She wasn't trying to give him no information. But all of the questions they're valid, because I want to know as well. Like, there's a lot of lies that this woman is telling. So anyway, guys, he goes on ahead and he tells what's her name? This little girl, Lauren, right? He goes on ahead and he's playing right into what Jenny wants him to do. And he goes ahead and tries to get Lauren to testify against Tariq, because she's like, if Tariq is innocent, why would I want to put him away for something that he didn't do? And he said, oh, Tariq is far from innocent. He may not have tried to kill you, but he's far from innocent. He's done so many things. He's going down the line. Oh, he's a monster, blah, blah, blah. Talking about his whole family. And to be honest, let me tell you something. In this instance, guys, I feel like he didn't really do much to persuade Lauren to his side. I felt like what he was really doing was painting this picture of Tariq being a victim of his circumstance, right? Like, well, it doesn't sound like he became a monster on his own. It sounds like he was raised like this and he had no choice. You know what I'm saying? So more for her to have more sympathy for Tariq, this kid that she was loving. So in my opinion, him painting that picture did not really help for him. I felt like it kind of helped push Lauren to be more sympathetic towards Tariq, in my opinion. But we will see how it goes. But we did see in the trailer that she called him, and I knew she was. I said she's gonna call him, and she's gonna be letting him know all the stuff they're telling her. Oh, they say you're a monster, this and that and the third. And what does he say? Oh, if I'm a monster, it's because they made me a monster. Remember that first song that we heard during the series premiere? They made a monster out of me. Because that's the narrative that they're gonna continue to push about Tariq. They made a monster out of me, which is very untrue in my opinion. I don't think they made a freaking monster out of him. He was a privileged child who mishandled his emotions and his feelings and the trauma that he went through, and he made his own choices. Okay, and I'm not gonna go too deep with that. I had a super chat up here. Let me get that. Thank you, Jerry Carson. So he says Tariq was about to go up top on Effie. Plus, Monet was shook when she saw Lorenzo's ghost. Yes, yep, she saw Lorenzo's ghost, and I appreciated that. I appreciated us seeing Berto. Is it Berto? I think that was his name. Anyway, so I appreciated seeing Poppy one last time. Instead of in the casket, we saw him one last time as a ghost and saying, I loved you, Mo, and I still love you even after what you did. Now listen, Lorenzo's ghost even knows that Monet was behind this. Okay. So yeah, of course these kids are going to find out that she's behind this. All right. We're going to talk a little more about that later. So thank you once again, Jerry Carson. All right. So let me see. What else was I talking about? So yeah, that's what I think is going to happen, guys. I think that she's going to I think that she's going to try whatever is going to go on with her. I think it's going to play out in Tariq's favor. But I just hope that they don't take us back down this road where they're going to try to erase her off. Like it's or delete her, period. Not try. I don't want them to succeed this time, because it's like they already played that card. They kind of already brought us down that road. You know what I mean? It's like, why do it again? There is a part for her to play in this. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of feel like, and honestly, I don't really like to compare Tariq's life to Ghost's life with Tasha and Angela and all of that. I don't really like to, but I kind of feel like she is gonna kind of be Tariq's Angela, and in the sense that she's the straight path chick, right? She's the civilian, but because she loves Tariq she's going to find herself in some compromising situations and finding herself protecting him and doing the wrong things to protect him, kind of like how Angela wound up doing. But I don't want her to become no daggone side chick. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Now, AG says Jenny is more annoying than Blanca. Amber. Okay, so let's move on. Let me see what else we got. Okay, we did talk about why we did talk about why Effie looks out for number one, right? And also, we're seeing that Tariq is keeping up with the, that whole story. He's sticking to the story that Lauren is dead. Okay, guys, and that's him protecting her. Right, he tried to protect her and not get her into this situation in the first place. He's going to continue to protect her. So as far as he's concerned, she gone, right? And so they're just going to continue to have these little secret conversations. And all this that's going to play out with, they think they're going to be busting people and doing this and that. She's going to be his, his little lead. Like, they're coming to raid this, or they're coming here. They're going to be going here. He's going to be able to be 10 steps ahead of them, in my opinion. That's what I think. All right. Could be wrong. I don't know. But let's see what else. Okay. So also, Tariq kicks Effie and Brayden out of the business after learning the truth. Right, guys? But Kane tells Brayden to nut up and, go do what you got to do. Get your respect, bro, because we need you. Okay. And before you could do anything for me and my family, because he gives him the file. Kane gives Brayden the file to do something, make sure the money stays clean with the whole Lorenzo's life insurance policy, right? So he said, before you do anything like that, I want you to nut up, okay, because you're also part of this business. So this causes Brayden to remove Tariq's access to the Weston building. The crazy thing is Tariq kicked Effie and Brayden out of another Weston building. And he was like, how the heck is this happening? This is what, it's a Weston building. But anyway, it happened. But listen, guys, he did try to nut up and it didn't work. Tariq was like, whatever, I'm out of here. So it didn't work. The only reason why it wound up working is because Obi winds up following Tariq and capturing him and bringing him to this little, I guess, garage or something like that, threatening him and stuff. And he's letting him know, listen, I need everybody at the next meeting. Everybody that we made a deal with, your little friend, Orphan Annie, Bieber. I'm giving all the names that everybody else calls. Nobody ever calls Brayden, the white boy. Okay, so Orphan Annie, Bieber. No, he calls him Richie Rich, I think. Orphan Annie, Richie Rich, the Tejada kid, and you. I need y'all all there at the meeting because I don't want no change of plans or any surprises. So whatever we had set in stone with y'all the first time, that's what it needs to be. Now, all of a sudden, we don't see certain people at the meeting. Like, what's up with that? So this is the only reason why Tariq goes back and reconciles, I guess, with Brayden, okay, and gets him back on. Only freaking reason why. All right. So we also see that before this, right? Well, we have this scene here, but I'm just using this to remind me of what happened between him and his grandmother, because Tariq went to the gravesite to talk to Raina, say, I can't trust anybody. I know if you were here, this wouldn't happen, blah, blah. The grandmother shows up because she goes there every week and she gets into his behind. Like, this is your fault. You won every one finger you point. You got 4 more pointing back at you or whatever she said, 5 more, whatever. I think she said 4 more. Yeah, I'm giving 6 fingers. But anyway, yeah, 4 more pointing back at you. And, she's saying, you're just like your father. If you don't stop, you're going to end up next to him. Right. And he's like, you're right, Grandma. I think it's time for a change. And she told him that because of him, she's alone in this world. Right. So he comes up with the plan to get her out of here and to reunite her with Yaz and their mother. Right. Tasha. And so this whole thing looked like it was just, a little scheme that he did, a plan that he came up with to, get him off of, like, don't let them watch the grandmother, let them watch me while my grandmother's where she needs to be. I'm going to create a diversion and they're going to be after me because he's not stupid. He knows that Noma and all of them be watching. Right. So he has to create a diversion. They're already watching grandma. So I need to make it look like I'm doing something I'm not supposed to be doing. And now the focus is going to be on me. So they're not focused on grandma anymore. Come to find out, it worked. That's what it looked like, in my opinion. I don't know if that's what y'all got, but it worked out. And he was able to send, he said, go into Mrs. Washington's office. I'm not going to make it and everything like that. And, you just talk to her, you reunite with grandma, with mom and Yaz, and I'll try my best to get there. I really feel like Tariq really wants to get out the game this time because I hate when I feel like I can't talk. I was going to say more and then most. I'm going to stick with most. Sorry, I hate that. Most importantly, it's about family with him because he does feel alone, right? Yes, please hit the like button. Thank you. And Tim, I saw you in here. Thank you for being here as well. So, yeah, most importantly, he wants to be with his family. And he's starting to see that that's really the only thing that matters. So I do see him really wanting to get out the game. I wonder how many seasons this show is going to be because I feel like talks of getting out the game is kind of early. You know what I mean? But they can always come up with shenanigans and problems after problems for Tariq not to get out the game. Like he's always going to owe somebody money or he's always going to have to do this or do that, and maybe it's just going to push the line, you know what I'm saying? Push it forward. And it's just like going to look like, oh, well, we ain't never going to get there. But the goal is to get out the game. So maybe that's going to be his mindset going forward, but it's always going to be hard, right? That goal always going like this. So sometimes you just got to walk away. You can't plan to leave the game. You just got to leave. You can't plan. I know a lot of people probably say, yes, you can, or you could. No, you just got to walk away. Okay. You got to walk away. Anyway, I'm not going to give y'all my business, but I'm just going to say that. All right. So Tariq kicks Effie and Brina. We discussed that. Okay. Now we're following these pics real quick. Okay, so now we get to the wedding scene. We talked about the shootout already, and then this is when they find out that the Russians have come and they've been attacked. This is when they find out that Drew started a war. He's like, "Are you kidding me?" Drew is saying, "You started a freaking war?" Like, this is totally disrespectful. Of course, we've seen it before where they, somebody that these people have beef with will show up to a funeral and shoot it out. We saw it on Snowfall. We've seen it on movies. We've seen situations. No, I actually read it in a book where somebody came and they came to the funeral and they shot up the freaking casket. So it was clearly the people that killed the person, but it's just ultimate disrespect. But anyway, Alliance says it isn't easy to leave the game. I'm sure it's not, but that's why you just have to go. If you're serious about it, see, the problem with that is it's the greed and still thinking that you're going to hold on to your money. You got to make up in your mind that, listen, the money is, you're going to have to leave the money and you got to leave the life. You got to leave them both, because if you keep on trying to hold on to that money, that's the thing that's going to keep you stuck. Okay. When my father, because I didn't want to freaking give you guys my business, I've told you guys this before, but when that situation happened with us, that's what had to happen. Put it that way. I'm not saying nothing else more. So when people say stuff like, oh, it's not easy, this and that, I'm not telling y'all from no bystanders perspective. I'm talking about experience. Okay. So anyway, now, yeah, they shooting back and they get one of the Russians again. So now it's Tejada's 2, Russians is zip. Okay. And that's that. But the war is on because, listen, you got Tariq. I'm sorry, not Tariq. You got the Tejada brothers going at it. Drew is feeling like he's justified and satisfied, got this little menacing looking laugh on his face and everything when Monet comes and break up the fight. Oh, Drew had a plan and he did the right thing. No, daggone well he did not do the right freaking thing. He didn't. Okay. So he walks away, and I feel like this is what goes back to what I said earlier about underestimating Kane is going to be the downfall of Monet. All right. So here's my last point. I feel like Monet is definitely going to jail. I think we talked about this already, right? And she's going to get caught up. No, she's going to jail because Diana is going to get caught up. That's what I think. We saw Diana on the camera. They already caught her doing that, right? So I think what's going to happen is that Kane, you already know, he was asking his mom some questions. He's putting 2 and 2 together, and it's not equaling 5, it's equaling 4. He's making a lot of sense, right? And so the fact that she keeps trying to push him away as far as not making him step up into Poppy's place, sorry, I think that's going to piss him off. And he's going to want to remove her totally out of the way so that he can have his father's position. All right. Yes, he's been pretty much down and loyal to his mom, but I think that at this point now, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Oh, I hate when that happens. I ain't got no water. So well, it's like a what do you call that? One of those like allergy things that happens to me once in a while. This is what I hate about live. Anything can go on, I swear. So freaking embarrassing and annoying. All right, sorry. So I'm trying to see if I can remember where the heck I was. So I think that he's going to want to get rid of his mom because she's not allowing him to take up the mantle, right? And so he made a promise to Poppy that he's not going to let him down again. Family first, all of that. So if mom is getting in the way, he's going to do what he needs to do to get rid of her. Now, here's what I think. Instead of like, getting rid of her directly by himself, he knows that Diana has a very big mouth. So he'll tell Diana and, let it be known that he did something, that she was behind Poppy's deletion and all of that. Now, maybe Diana's going to have to get in trouble first. And then that's when he'll do his little chess move, or I don't know when. And I could be totally wrong. It's not going to go down like this, but whatever. I don't care. This is what this is my little prediction. So he tells Diana because he knows she has a big mouth. And then when the feds bring in Diana or DEA, whoever, bring in Diana and try to charge her, all of that, she will give up her mother for immunity and say, she doesn't even have to say that she was behind the deletion of Lorenzo. She could simply tell that whole story about how she set up the deletion of Detective Whitman. And that is it. Okay? And that is how Monet will go down. Now, I don't know if that'll mean Monet is going to be kind of off the show from then, or we're going to be seeing her in jail and all of this, or if she's going to get out on a technicality later on in life. I don't know, guys. You know how this show goes. So we shall see. Okay? I think that's pretty much all I have. I'm so annoyed that situation just happened with me coughing like that. It's so embarrassing, and I hate it. Anyway, so that's pretty much all I have, guys, for today. Thank you all for coming through. Let me see what some of you guys are saying. He better get goddamn Jeremiah, I think Gordo is dead. Next episode. Yeah, and I was also saying that I think that Drew is gonna find out through Gordo. Like, I think he's gonna see his phone some way, somehow. I don't know why, but I was saying before, I think last week, that it has to be some type of reason for Drew to become suspicious of Gordo, and that's why. So I don't know, guys. But anyway, Silence Jackson says that's key, the life insurance. the key to life insurance. Is that what you're saying? Monet gave Kane the insurance paperwork, and that will set him up. Mingling funds. Oh, thank you, Samara. Always enjoy your recaps. Thank you, babe. So Monet didn't know that Lorenzo had Diana moving product to Stansfield campus, and this will cause a huge issue for Monet. Yeah. Everything that's going on is going to wind up tearing this lady down. And at this point, I am so here for it because I'm tired of how she's treating her kids, or especially Kane. I'm tired of it. I always had a soft spot for Kane, guys. So yes, does Kane get on my nerves every now and then? Yes. But if you've been following me since I started doing recaps for this particular show, I always let you guys know that I have a soft spot for Kane. He is a kid. He's a grown man, but he's still a kid to me. And when I say kid, I'm saying a kid as far as his mother treating him a certain way, right? He's a kid who's been mistreated by his mom and always looking for acceptance, and she just never gives it to him. And the only time that she makes him feel good about himself is when she wants to manipulate him to do something. It's never genuine, and it's very annoying to me. All right, so yeah, Zaddy. Don't make me laugh because it's gonna make me start freaking coughing again. Oh my gosh. How is Monet trying to take over? Kane is the one with the plug. Drew hasn't even met no. Right. Good, Cam. That's so true. She just like, I'm taking over for now, blah, blah, blah. I guess because she's used to that position. Once Poppy is gone, it's just like, okay. And plus, she never really wanted to kind of, like when Poppy came, she didn't really want to take a step back. Like she was so used to that being in charge that she just didn't want to go back to that, again. But still, she don't freaking, like, she doesn't know anything about what's going on. Nothing whatsoever. So my question here is, hey, Mike, so what is Tariq, what is his role going to be in this? Because I honestly thought that after this whole situation happened with Lorenzo, that Monet and Noma were going to have a run-in. And then Tariq was going to use certain information to get rid of Noma, right? To kind of set Noma up and have Monet get rid of her, right? So, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Maybe it will. And maybe right after that, Monet goes to jail. Because like I said, all I can say is I am here for it. She needs to go. She's done a lot. And when I say a lot, too much, girl. Okay? Monet could get product from Kai. It's true, especially since he was making passes. Tariq gonna pull a ghost and snitch on Effie. That's why she running from the feds. Something's gonna go down. There was a clip released about him telling Councilman Tate about a drop. All right, but I think it was the drop had to do with the Russians though, so I don't think it was them. But anyway, Tariq is gonna listen to Tariq, so it just shows that Tariq is gonna be snitching. That's what he's gonna be doing, snitching on folks, so he could be in the clear and do whatever he needs to do. Right? Hey, Mike, did I say hi to you already? Yes, I did. Okay, now. Blazing Saddles, Big Daddy Kane is about to take his son Brayden under his wing, teach him the game. DeMarcus says Effie will plant a seed in Kane's head that Tariq was involved with Lorenzo's death. Now that Effie's upset with him. And you know what? Very good point. And thank you for the super chat. I think that's a very good point because she was already kind of like vindictive in this episode, trying to like tear stuff up on her little computer and everything. And what is his name? Kane being the most, most developed character so far, has proven it in this scene where he's like, listen, as much as I want you to, give him what he deserves, this and that, you can't do that because we need him and we're all in this together right now, so, he stops her and everything. But, you can see that she's an irrational type of person and she does things out of emotion, like DeMarcus, you were saying earlier, right? And so this is not good. And that will also probably play into her downfall. Being emotional in this game doesn't work out mostly for people because they're not thinking with their head, they're thinking with their emotions, you know, just like Drew wound up being. To me, Drew wound up acting like Sonny instead of Mike. All right. So ridiculous. You went with your emotions and you decided you had no freaking proof at all. You got the block telling you it was the Russians. That makes literally no freaking sense at all. The block. The heck? Shut up. Thanks again, DeMarcus, for the super chat. Ray says, amazing how Tariq got hands for Raina, but can't fight nobody. I said that earlier. I said all of a sudden he got hands. And I said, didn't I say that whoever was in the building from earlier, I said, it's going to be funny that some people are going to say he got hands for the white boy, but he didn't have hands for nobody else. I love what they're doing with Kane this season. Yeah, me too. I do. I like it a lot. All right, let me see. Cam says, one of these Sahadas got to go down the season. Kane is the one who initially put the heat on all of them, but Monet will take the fall. Yeah. Yep. It's starting to feel like, okay, so this is season 3. There hasn't really been any big deaths so far in this series yet, right? When did we have like a big death in Power Book 1? Like, I'm trying to see, was Raina the first? Because, but did that come in season 4? Because I feel like that was like the biggest, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, we had a lot of deaths, but I just feel like Raina might have been like the first real big death. Okay, yes, Sean, thank you. Because I gotta be missing somebody. Yes, thank you, Ray. So Sean, and then I think Raina, right? So what season was Sean? Was that season 3? So if that was season 3, then we need to be having a big death this season. And I'm not saying that we got to go according to what they did in Power Book 1. No, I'm just saying if we were going according to that kind of timeline, I'm kind of feeling like we need something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's usually episode 8, right? But I'm saying like the seasons though, you know? Hey, 313 astrology. So I'm just saying like as far as season goes. So DeMarcus says Sean season 2 and Jukebox season 4. Okay, so it seems like it's about that time. To me, Lorenzo is not a big death. I'm sorry. Like, he's not a big death. Was I bothered? Yes. But did it freaking rock my daggone world as far as a viewer of watching the show? No. When Raina got killed, I was like, oh my freaking gosh. I hated it. I hated the episodes after it. It was just like, oh my God, they're going to bring us through this episode with the funeral, this and that. It was just too much because I think like maybe for 2 episodes, we had to deal with the freaking sadness and the emotions and all of this. And I was just like, oh my gosh. After a while, it just became sad all together with the Power universe. I mean, not even the universe, with Power, period. Kane growing, he can become major in the Power universe. Yeah, honestly. And the reason why I brought up big deaths is because, hey, Kara, is because I'm afraid that Kane is going to be a big death. And I'm not saying this season. I just think that his character is becoming, you know, he's going to become like a force to be reckoned with, but he's also likable. And so I just kind of feel like if or when that happens, it's going to be major and I'm going to be very pissed off. Okay. I don't like the fact that he hates Tariq so bad. I can't stand that. But they still work together and it's not as bad as it used to be. But I just feel like when that happens, and I think it will, that's going to hurt. I don't really see anybody. The crazy thing, guys, is that I don't see me being that hurt from anybody else. Because like I said, I always had a soft spot for Kane, even though he be getting on my nerves. I'd be like, would you stop this or stop that? Like, he gets on my nerves, but I enjoy his character and I don't want anything to happen to him, but I'm already bracing myself. So I just kind of feel like it's definitely going to happen. You see, I went through my thing, right, guys? I think I went through like 40 minutes of the recap and all of that. And now I'm chatting with you guys. So that brought us to our hour. So I probably should stop saying, hey, I'm not going to be here before you long. It's not going to be like an hour, blah, 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 because because what I do love to do is interact with you guys toward the end. If not, throughout, but definitely toward the end and really looking at y'all comments. All right, but so that kind of does stretch it to an hour, but it's okay because I like what y'all be talking about. And there goes my loud daughter. So Silence Jackson said Kanan ghost shouldn't die. Do you see any of the kids killing Monet? If so, who? I think die. I would hate that. I'm tired, and I appreciate that that question. I would really hate that. I'm very tired of that. I don't want to see any more of these the patricide type of situation going on. I'm tired of it. Can we stop the kids deleting the parents, right? And I don't want to see no parents deleting the kids. I definitely don't want to see that. So, yeah, at this point, I'm not here for it. Get rid of your mom in a different way. She's a criminal. Send her to jail. That's all. You know what I'm saying? The man, hey, he says Lobos was a major death. Yeah. And let me tell you something. When the ops go, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Par for the course, in my opinion. I don't ever care about that. So I'd be like, good, all right, on to the next. Who's the next villain? You know what I'm saying? Like when I was watching, even though this is a totally different genre, Walking Dead. Every time they killed one villain, I was, all right, who's next? All right, good. We got rid of them. The governor's gone. Okay, who's next? You know what I'm saying? So I never care about the ops. Like, okay, like Noma, if she's going, okay, thank you. Next, like, who's the next problem? Let's get them, move them along, Thank you, Jerry Carson, again for the $5 super chat. It says Tariq's brains over physicality to get Kane up out of here. Plus, Kane think clapping Effie's cheeks is gonna break Reek. Tariq's brains over physicality to get Kane up out of here. True that. Plus, Kane think clapping Effie's cheeks is gonna break. Now, Kane would be stupid if he thinks that would break Tariq. But you just never know how he would respond to that. But I think he's so over Effie that quick because of the lies. And if you even watch, remember how they were in the classroom, like you saw that was, obviously we already established that whatever the episode is, right? Whatever the episode is titled, right? That's going to be the topic in the classroom. Like that's exactly what the teacher is going to talk about, the professor, right? So she brings up Land of Lies and talks about, what truth is in America and blah, blah, blah. And Tariq is watching Effie, listening to Effie's explanation of what truth is or what makes something true. And just, excuse me, looking at her like, this chick over here is a freaking liar. And I love to hear what makes the truth when it comes to her. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say, I think he's really done with her. Because one thing that a lot of times, a lot of people can't stand is a freaking liar. You know what I mean? Because where could you can't even look at them the same. You can't believe nothing else that comes out of their freaking mouth. So now it's the question of everything you say. I can't even believe it. He even heard her again being deceitful, trying to be deceitful when she knocked on Diana's dorm room and was like, I need you to help me move weight, blah, blah, blah. And trying to tell her, oh, everybody already knows it's you. So you might as well help me in this and that because your cover about to be blown and all of this stuff, right? But you can't tell Tariq because I don't want until after a certain time because I don't want him to know whatever, right? Heard everything. He's seeing the nature of this female. So I would highly doubt if Tariq would be moved at all if he found out, or when he finds out, because we see that's what they doing. They pushing Kane and Effie together. They've been doing that from the gate. So I would doubt he would care. Totally doubt it. Okay, thank you, Jerry, for that super chat. Appreciate you. But yeah, he ain't gonna give a crap. Mike says Miss K like that. I do. And sometimes, like, I don't know. I bet you there was an op. No, there are some. I was gonna say sometimes there are ops that I like, and that, who is that? Unique. He was the ops that I liked. So the way they turned things around with them kind of brought him over the rock side. I was feeling that. I loved it. Okay. So let's see. Ray Holland says Monet will be around. Don't be surprised if Michael Ealy's character pop up by the end of the season, since he is in first season 4. What is he about though? Again, because I don't remember. I know they said his fine behind was going to be up in here, but I don't remember what he coming here for. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes Michael Ealy's characters don't be good though. Like he be on some other stuff. I love Michael Ealy, right? But I'm talking about sometimes his characters are not good people, right? Like he's not a good guy. So somebody had a comment that I wanted to see. Oh, DeMarcus says, at Miss K, would you be upset if Ghost only lasts 4 seasons? No, I would not. You know, the crazy thing about me, guys, is even when I like a show, sometimes certain things happen in the show that get me tired of it. And for instance, the back and forth between these chicks that Tariq does, you know, the ping pong between, oh, if it's not working out with Effie, let me go over here with Diana. If it's not working with Diana, let me go over here to Lauren. Like that type of stuff pisses me off. You know, I mean, look, the only excuse that I will have for Tariq in doing that is that he's a lonely kid. You know what I mean? He's lonely. There's really nothing. There's nothing else to occupy his time when one relationship doesn't work out. He goes back to another person that's familiar to him. And so I get that. And plus he's so young, but once again, he's alone in this world pretty much. So yeah, I don't know. If they introduce another chick, that would annoy me as well, because this is going to be another girl added on, going to be like some type of Tariq's harem at this point. Like, I don't want to deal with that. But no, I would not be upset if it only goes to 4 seasons. Not at all. I would not be upset. Okay. Hey, Gemini. And hey, Somatic18. Okay, so Gemini says, hey, Miss K, good evening. Oh, gut feeling Tariq is definitely playing chess now that he knows what Effie did. And Tariq only one knows Lauren live. Yep, Tahada's going to split apart. Yep, they're definitely going to split apart. And the crazy thing is we were calling some type of, I was saying that there was going to be some type of civil war. Last season, I was saying that, right? And last season I was saying, be quiet, young boy. Last season I was saying that, and but I thought it was gonna be with the parents, right? Some kids are gonna go over to Poppy, and only Kane was gonna go over to Mommy's side, and I think maybe Drew might have been caught in the middle or something. I don't know, but that was all I had to say about that. But DeMarcus says that Michael Ealy will play law enforcement and his name is Don Carter. Okay, I figured, yeah, I knew he was gonna play some type of law enforcement. But I don't remember if he was, I remember reading on it that he was gonna be doing something, but I wasn't exactly what type of law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really into new cops. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just there to screw everything up, all the under investigation, blah, blah, blah. So listen, if Michael Ealy comes in, does that mean that Jenny is going to get, you know, is she going to get jacked up somewhere along the lines? Is she going to get in trouble? You know, we're going to have to bring her in. I mean, bring him in to like, take over the case or something like that because she got disbarred and got in trouble and all that. Like, what's going to happen? Thank you, DeMarcus. So we're going to see. We're going to see, guys. Let me take this one and then we're going to be out of here. Jenny said she was placing cameras on roof. Plus, Sax said the feds arrested the Russians at funeral. Yeah. Oh, wait. Sax said the feds arrested. No, was it? I didn't hear with a life path. Thank you. But I think, well, I didn't hear Sax say that. You might be right, but I know for sure that Davis called Monet at the end before she saw Lorenzo's ghost and said that the feds roped up the Russians, so your family's safe for now, you know, but we shall see. You know what I'm saying? Russians ain't no little small situation, you know. They're gonna have to listen. Sometimes they have folks coming from Russia to handle some situations, so we shall see. You know what I mean? I said that was gonna be the last one, but then Gemini comes with this. So it's a combination. Drew, Diana, and Kane will be mad at Monet, and Drew, Diana, and Monet mad at Kane for knowing Lorenzo killed Zeke by accident. Let me tell you something. Diana has no place to be mad at anybody when it comes to what happened to Zeke. Because if she didn't keep her freaking mouth closed, they wouldn't be in this situation in the first daggone place, okay? Don't look in the bag. Don't freaking say nothing. Blah, blah, blah. And she does it every time and runs her freaking big mouth. So I wish that she would, you know, feel bad. You know what I feel like? When she finds out all this information, I feel like she would just look back in the order of things and really beat herself up about her opening her freaking mouth and say, I'm the reason that Bobby died. You know, that's what I want. Because don't get mad at nobody else for anything that happened to Zeke. That's all you, boo. That is all you. HFG. Yes, I'm in for the eye candy. I'm here for the eye candy. Okay. Ely's wife dies in the gang war he fought. Yeah, that was the story. Thank you. Because I know it was a good story, but in a way, I felt like he's gonna be a problem because he's gonna be, you know, vindictive. So I don't think he's gonna be somebody that's gonna be likable. But then again, you never know. We might get a little, you know, a little bit of taste of his life and kind of have a soft spot for him. I don't know. Let me see. I'm still here, guys. I'm talking about I'm leaving. Diana is reason Lorenzo dead. Yeah, I better stop. Stop these comments because you're gonna freaking keep making me. Why do people act like Monet wasn't trying to kill Lorenzo before that? When was she? Was she? She was. She sure was because she told Lorenzo. I'm sorry. She told Kane to kill his father, and I'm not supposed to say the word kill Bill. All right, I'm not supposed to do that. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys later. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm very thankful for you guys being here with me through all of the stuff, the shenanigans, the choking, the plugging up of the freaking cord. Like, it's just a lot. My gosh, it's a lot with these lives. You feel me? What up, So Iconic and Jay Keen? All right. So, guys, I will see you next time. I hope so much that I'm going to be here with you guys for the midnight, all right, discussion on Friday. And I hope you guys will be there as well. You guys take care and be blessed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.